All right, let's talk about the Thursday. Let's talk about the Thursday night game. Tonight we get Niners at Seahawks. Both of these teams struggling, George. Let's call it what it is. Who do you like in this? Do you believe that the Niners are as bad as they've looked, or is this just a rough patch? Where are you at in this game? I hate to say this, but it's so early in the season. This feels like a must-win game for the 49ers to me, George.
Must win for both of them, if you ask me, on just the Seahawks coming off that bad loss to the Giants and the Niners coming off a bad loss to the Cardinals. But if there's anything we know about the NFC West, it's just like a wild card. Yeah. It doesn't matter how bad the Cardinals are, they're going to give the Niners fits. Doesn't matter how bad any of these teams are in the Rams, they're going to give, the Seahawks or the Niners fits as well. What's big for San Fran is they lost Taulia Hufanga. They're all pro safety again. I think it was ligaments in his wrist, but he's back on the IR. That's an all-pro safety that they haven't had for a while now. Torn ACL last season, wrist injury this season. They're banged up. To say they're just not good, the quality of the team we've seen on the field isn't the same, but they still have a great running game, even though it's Jordan Mason. That changes the passing game. And we saw Brandon Aiyuk and Brock Purdy finally click and connect. I don't think that's a one-off. Aiyuk is a top 10, top 8, wide receiver in the league when he's on his game. And it took him some weeks. He held out. The guy has to learn how to be a professional now and get back into it. You got paid. You want to win a Super Bowl. This is now. What I like about this matchup, man, we're going to see a lot of scoring because both teams, their secondaries have been okay. Both of their run games have been bad. Yeah. And when you think of the matchup of Kenneth Walker against Jordan Mason and everything that sets up for the offenses with all this receiving talent, this good quarterback play, I think we're going to see a lot of points scored in this. So honestly, I'm just really excited for it. But because it's Brock Purdy and because it's Kyle Shanahan matching up with the first-time head coach and Mike McDonald, I do give the Niners the edge in this one.
Yeah, me too. Look, I'll say this about the Seahawks. You said both run games have been bad. I disagree. I think the Seahawks running game has been inconsistent, and it's because Kenneth Walker has been in and out of that lineup. When he's in the lineup, they run the ball effectively. I'm assuming that Kenneth Walker is going to have some success here against the 49ers running the football. I could see Seattle, especially being at home, really leaning on him on this primetime stage here. Kenneth Walker is going to have a big workload in this game. Maybe that's the difference. When they run the ball effectively with him, George, they win games. When they don't, not that Charbonnet's doing a bad job filling in for him, but it's not the same team. It's not the same offense. I like Geno, but I don't want Geno throwing the ball all over the yard to give me a shot to win. I've never been comfortable with that. Even in this iteration of Geno where he's good, right? He needs a balanced attack offensively to be the most effective, and then you start getting DK Metcalf and those other guys cooking. I don't know, man. As I talk this out loud, I came into the season thinking that the 49ers were going to take a step back, not this big of a step, but a step back a bit. I'm looking at the division as we speak, George. Boy, you want to talk about parity. Right now, the Seahawks are atop the division at 3-2. Then you have Arizona and the Niners at 2-3, and then that guy, Sean McVay with Matt Stafford at 1-4. So they're right there. They could turn around their ship. I think I'm leaning Seahawks at home, bro, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's kind of going as I thought for the Niners. Not as bad, but I just don't think they're the same team that's been knocking on the championship door for years. Some of me thinks that door might be locked now, George. I don't know if they can get back in that door. They can keep knocking, but they damn sure ain't going to go in there anymore. I think the Seahawks could win this game and not take a commanding lead in the division. I just gave you the standings. It's up for grabs. But I think the Seahawks can maybe get a little separation here. As you said, must win for both, right? I think the Niners, it's a must win for a different reason. You got to stop the bleeding, right? You got to get back on the good foot. You got to get back on the right track. I think for Seattle, it's more of a must win because, hey, we're going to win this division. It's our time now. And if you're going to do it, what better stage than tonight in prime time at home to beat the Niners and really kick them while they're down? Does that make sense, George?
No, and especially if Kenneth Walker goes. I mean, when he's in a game, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. I mean, The balance he has, how strong he runs, how quick he is, and whether it's outside or inside, I mean, that guy's just comfortable to move. He's such a sick athlete. It is just a question of his health, but it's a reflection of the run style he has. He's not afraid of hits. but he's great at making guys miss. I don't blame you in a desperation game going with the home team at all. And again, this Niners team has struggled against the run. Like, they have not been good stopping the run. They've been struggling to generate pressures. Like, losing Javon Hargrave was big. With Fred Warner, like, not 100%. With Hufanga now out of the lineup, like, this Niners team is very susceptible. You're picking a healthier team, and I don't blame you. I'm picking the better coach, in my opinion. I wouldn't be shocked if I was wrong. And that's why I end up with, like, I'm just going to be enjoying watching the scoring, you know? I saw what this game is. I went with the over on the total because this just screams a wonky. It's going to be a weird NFC West game. We'll probably see a pick six or something occur, but it's like a 32-27 final. I think a lot of scoring, and I think a weird score in this too. Yeah.
Okay, I have a 27. I didn't get to 32. I'm going to go 27-23 Seahawks here. I think we're going to get I think we're going to get a heaping helping of Kenneth Walker the third here. So I'm going to go Seahawks, sort of out physical the Niners, which, again, just even saying some of this stuff out loud, it's crazy to think. But
they can do it. They can do it.
Yeah, they can. They can do it. They have the personnel to do it. And the Niners are playing in a way in which they're susceptible to it right now. Hey, check out Foxborough Rush, by the way. We talk football till our faces turn purple on that show. Available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and wherever else you get your podcast.